The night felt heavier than usual. A cold wind pressed against the windows. Emily sensed something was wrong. She couldn't name it, but it clung to her thoughts. Her phone buzzed with an unknown number. She hesitated before answering. A whisper came through the speaker. It said her name, as if it already knew her fear. Silence followed, long enough to raise chills. Emily checked the locks twice. Her reflection in the dark glass looked unfamiliar. Shadows stretched across the hallway. She tried to call her best friend Mark. The call went straight to voicemail. Then the lights flickered once. And again. Emily held her breath. Something moved just outside the door. A quiet scrape against the floor. She stepped back slowly. The phone buzzed once more. Another message appeared. 2 words. "I'm here." Emily froze as the message burned on her screen. Her breath thinned into a sharp whisper. The room felt smaller with each second. She glanced at the door without moving toward it. Her mind searched for reasons, but none made sense. The number wasn't saved, yet it knew her name. She wiped her palms against her jeans. The silence around her buzzed with tension. Outside, the hallway creaked like old wood shifting. Emily stepped backward toward the kitchen. She reached for the counter and found the drawer. Her fingers brushed the cold handle of a small knife. She didn't want to hold it, but fear held her first. A second message vibrated through the room. She forced herself to look at the screen. It said, "Don't hide." Her pulse hammered at her ribs. She turned off the kitchen light. Darkness drew in and wrapped around her. Only the phone screen lit her face. Emily backed into the living room. She listened for footsteps. None came. But something shifted in the quiet. A faint click from the front door. Her hand tightened around the knife. Emily tried to call Mark again. Voicemail welcomed her with cold indifference. She whispered his name as if it could summon him. Her phone buzzed again. Another message appeared. "Look behind you." Emily didn't move. Her thoughts spun like broken gears. She counted to 3. Then she turned. The hallway was empty, but the air stirred as if disturbed. She stepped forward slowly. Her heartbeat filled her ears like a drum. The walls felt too narrow. Her shadow stretched and trembled on the floor. Emily reached the door and checked the lock. It was still in place, but the deadbolt felt loose beneath her fingers. She twisted it carefully. The metal shifted more than it should. Someone had tampered with it. Emily stepped back again. She swallowed hard. The phone buzzed once more. This time, no message showed on the screen. Just a blank notification. As if someone typed and then erased the words. Emily turned toward the living room window. Outside, the street lay empty. Not a single car passed. No dog barked. Even the wind had gone still. She lowered the blinds slowly. Her hand brushed something taped to the window frame. A small square of paper. She peeled it free with shaking fingers. 4 words were written in dark ink. "I know your truth." Emily dropped the note as if it burned her. Her breath caught in her throat. What truth? Who knew it? Her past clawed at the edges of her thoughts. She forced herself to step away from the window. She paced the room with slow, careful steps. Her phone buzzed again. This time she didn't look. She didn't want to. But the sound kept echoing, each vibration a threat. Emily stood in the center of the room. She finally raised the phone. The screen lit her face once more. 3 new words waited for her. "You remember me." Emily stared at the words until they blurred. Her hand trembled as she lowered the phone. The room felt too quiet again. She tried to steady her breathing. She whispered to herself that it was a prank. But the knot in her stomach tightened. Someone knew something she had buried. Something she never spoke about again. A floorboard creaked above her. She looked up sharply. The apartment above had been empty for weeks. Her pulse spiked in her throat. She stepped toward the staircase door. The sound stopped just as she reached it. Emily pressed her ear against the wood. Silence waited on the other side. She backed away slowly. Her phone buzzed again in her hand. She didn't want to check it, but she had to. The message showed 2 words. Open up. Her breath hitched. She glanced at the front door. No knock followed. No footsteps. Just the message echoing in her mind. She typed a reply with shaking fingers. Who are you? The response came instantly. You know. Emily swallowed hard. Her thoughts dove into memories she avoided. The accident. The argument. The night that changed everything. She forced the memories back down. She turned on every light in the house. Brightness felt safer somehow, but shadows still clung in corners. She walked toward the back door and checked it. Locked. Untouched. She checked the windows again. Everything seemed normal. Yet nothing felt normal. She returned to the living room. She tried calling Mark a 3rd time. Still voicemail. She whispered his name again. She felt alone in a way that hurt. Her phone buzzed once more. A new message displayed. I'm closer now. Emily felt her legs wobble. She forced herself to stand still. She typed again with stiff fingers. What do you want? The reply followed in seconds. The truth. Emily backed toward the couch. She sat slowly, gripping the cushion. Her eyes darted toward every corner. Every sound felt louder. Every shadow felt sharper. She tried to slow her thoughts. The accident resurfaced again. The screams. The broken glass. The name she tried to forget. The night she walked away without answers. Her phone vibrated gently. Another message appeared. You left me. Emily's throat closed. She typed quickly this time. I don't know who you are. The reply snapped back. Yes, you do. A soft tap sounded on the window. Emily froze. She turned her head slowly. Her reflection stared back at her in the glass. She saw nothing else. Another tap followed. A little louder. Emily stood up on unsteady legs. She stepped toward the window. A faint shape lingered outside the glass. Too still to be natural. Too close to ignore. She lifted the blinds with trembling fingers. The shape vanished instantly. Emily stepped back fast. Her phone buzzed again. This time, the message felt colder. I see you. Emily's hands shook as she gripped the phone. Her heart pounded like a drum in her chest. She tried to calm herself with slow breaths, but each vibration made her flinch. The screen lit up again. A new message appeared. Step outside. Emily's stomach twisted. She stared at the door. The front door. Locked. She checked the deadbolt once more. Nothing had changed. She forced herself to breathe. She typed back carefully. Why? The reply was instant. To end this. Her vision blurred. End what? The accident. Her past. The words gnawed at her. She glanced around the apartment. Shadows moved where none should be. A sudden noise came from the kitchen. A clatter. Emily jumped. Her knife slipped from her fingers. It hit the floor with a dull thud. The sound echoed in the room. She took a step forward. Then another. The message vibrated again. You can't hide. Her pulse raced uncontrollably. Emily backed into the living room. She tried to focus on something else. The window. The blinds. The dark street outside. Everything looked normal, but nothing felt safe. Another tap on the window. Emily froze in place. The tapping grew louder. Her reflection shimmered in the glass. Then a shadow appeared behind it. Not hers. Her breath caught. The phone buzzed once more. This message was different. 4 words. Open the door now. Emily's legs trembled. Her hand hovered over the lock. She tried to reason with herself. It's just someone playing a game. A cruel joke. She gripped the doorknob tightly. Her fingers slid over the metal. The lock turned under her touch. The door creaked open slowly. Empty hallway greeted her. No one. No sound. Emily stepped outside cautiously. The hallway felt colder. A draft brushed her face. The lights flickered above her. Shadows twisted unnaturally on the walls. Her phone buzzed again. A final message appeared. Look down. Emily's eyes followed the instructions. A small envelope lay on the floor. She bent down slowly. Her fingers brushed the paper. She pulled it up carefully. Inside, a photograph. It was her. From years ago. Her past she thought forgotten. The accident. The night she ran. Someone had remembered everything. She felt the weight of it all crush her. The hallway seemed to close in. She looked up, searching for the source. Nothing. Then she felt it. A presence. Breathing just behind her. Emily spun around. Empty. But cold air lingered on her neck. Her phone buzzed one last time. The message read simply, "You can't escape me." Emily's knees gave out. She sank to the floor. Her hands clutched the photograph. The shadows seemed to move closer. And she realized. This was far from over. Emily pressed herself against the wall, heart hammering. Her breath came in short, jagged gasps. The photograph burned in her hands. She didn't dare drop it. Her phone buzzed again. Another message appeared. Turn around. She froze, muscles tight. Her eyes scanned the empty hallway. Nothing moved. Nothing breathed. Only the flickering lights overhead. She tried to rationalize. Maybe it's a prank. Someone knows too much about her past. Someone watching. She clutched the photograph closer. Her fingers trembled. A soft click echoed behind her. Emily spun. Empty hallway. Her pulse throbbed in her ears. Another message lit up the phone. Don't lie to me. Her stomach sank. She backed toward the stairs. Each step felt heavier. The shadows seemed to stretch toward her. She glanced at the living room door. Was it locked? Her hands shook as she checked. Locked. She tried to calm herself. Focus on logic. Nothing supernatural. Only someone cruel, clever. The phone buzzed once more. A new message. Look at your reflection. Emily's eyes darted to the dark window glass. Her reflection stared back. Then it moved. Not in sync with her. She stumbled back. The phone slipped from her hands. The screen shattered on the floor. She sank to her knees. Her reflection grinned. Emily's scream caught in her throat. Another message appeared. This time on a small note slipped under the door. She reached for it, trembling. 4 words written in sharp ink. I'm inside now. Emily's blood ran cold. She tried the stairs. They felt slippery under her feet. The lights flickered violently. Her reflection followed her down the hallway. Every shadow seemed alive. Every creak amplified. She reached the kitchen. Nothing. The knife she dropped earlier lay on the counter. She grabbed it instinctively. The phone buzzed again. No new message this time. Only a vibration. Emily felt it through the floor. Someone, somewhere was moving. Closer. She backed toward the door. The back door. Locked. She checked the window. Everything appeared normal. But the air felt heavy, watched. Another message slid under the door. 3 words. Check upstairs now. Emily hesitated. Her mind screamed to run. Her legs felt frozen. Finally, she moved. Slow, careful steps. The stairs groaned beneath her weight. Each step closer to the bedroom. A cold wind brushed her neck. She whipped around. Nothing. Her phone buzzed again. A single word appeared. Now. Emily's heart raced uncontrollably. She realized she had no choice. The truth was waiting upstairs. And she had to face it. Her hand gripped the banister. Step by step. The shadows seemed to whisper. The past was alive. And it wanted her. Emily reached the top of the stairs, knees shaking. The hallway stretched before her like a tunnel of shadows. Her phone buzzed in her hand again. Another message appeared. Turn around. She froze. Every muscle in her body tensed. Her eyes scanned the hallway. Nothing moved. Nothing breathed. Only the flickering light overhead. She forced herself forward. Step by careful step. Each creak of the floorboards echoed in her ears. She reached the first bedroom door. The knob was cold under her fingers. She twisted it slowly. The door creaked open. The room was dark. Empty. Her reflection in the window made her jump. But no one else was there. The phone buzzed again. A single message appeared. Check the closet. Emily's heart skipped a beat. She forced herself to move toward it. The closet door loomed ahead. She opened it slowly. Nothing but shadows inside. Then a whisper brushed her ear. You remember me, don't you? Emily spun. No one. Her breath caught in her throat. The shadows seemed to swirl closer. Her phone buzzed again. This time, a photo appeared. It was the living room. But someone was inside. A shadowy figure lingered near the window. Emily's stomach dropped. She dropped the phone. It hit the floor with a sharp crack. The lights flickered violently. The temperature plummeted. She hugged the knife tighter. The bedroom door slammed shut behind her. She jumped. Her reflection in the window grinned. A new message slid under the door. Turn around. Emily's legs trembled. She obeyed. The figure stood in the doorway. Tall, dark, silent. Her mind froze. She wanted to scream. But no sound came. The figure took a step forward. Emily stumbled back. The phone buzzed again. Another message appeared. I never left. Her breath hitched. The memories surged. The accident. The screams. The running. The lies. The figure raised a hand. Slowly. Emily backed into the corner. She tried to force herself to move. But fear rooted her in place. The shadows in the room seemed alive. They pressed against her. Whispered her name. The phone buzzed one final time. 4 words appeared. You can't hide anymore. Emily's hands shook. The knife felt heavy in her grip. Her eyes never left the figure. Every instinct screamed to fight. But she didn't know if she could. The shadows pressed closer. Her reflection screamed silently in the glass. The figure advanced another step. The air grew colder. Breath visible in white mist. Emily's heart raced uncontrollably. She felt trapped. The room seemed smaller. The shadows pressed harder. The figure stopped. Just standing there. Silent. Watching. Emily's mind raced. She needed to act. The past and present collided. She realized the truth. The figure was just someone from the past. It was everything she tried to forget. Everything she ran from. And it was here to claim her. Emily's hands shook as she gripped the knife tighter. The figure in front of her didn't move. Only the shadows shifted around it. Her breath came in short, shallow gasps. She tried to steady herself. Her mind raced through every possible escape. The figure raised a hand slowly. Emily flinched. Another step forward. The air grew colder still. Her reflection in the window screamed silently. She realized the figure mirrored her own fears. Every doubt, every guilt, every secret she buried deep. The phone buzzed once more. A single message appeared. "Face me." Emily's legs wobbled. She forced herself to take a step forward. The knife trembled in her hand. The figure mirrored her movement. Every motion synchronized perfectly. Emily's heart raced uncontrollably. Her mind screamed to run, but her body couldn't move faster than fear allowed. The shadows seemed to press closer. Whispers filled the room. Voices from long ago. The accident. The lies. The running. The secrets she kept hidden. She tried to block them out, but they surged through her anyway. The figure raised a hand again. Emily mirrored it, trembling. The knife felt heavier than ever. A flash of memory struck her. The night she ran. The one she left behind. Her chest tightened. She realized the truth she tried to escape. This was her past. Manifested. Alive. Demanding confrontation. Emily forced herself to speak. "I remember you." The figure paused. Silent. Then nodded slightly. Her reflection shifted, becoming clearer. Not just shadows anymore. A face appeared. Familiar. Hurt. Angry. Emily's tears fell. She whispered, "I'm sorry." The figure stepped closer. Every step echoed in the small room. Emily backed slowly. The knife lowered slightly. The shadows pulsed around her. Whispers faded. The phone buzzed one final time. A message appeared. "Then face it." Emily's voice shook. "I have to." She took a deep breath. Stepped forward fully. The figure reached out. Her hand met the shadow. Cold, but solid. A rush of memories hit her. Every choice. Every lie. Every fear. She faced them. Accepted them. The figure wavered. The shadows loosened. The room brightened slightly. Emily's reflection returned to normal. The figure slowly faded. Vanished into the air. The phone lay silent on the floor. No messages. No vibrations. Emily sank to her knees. The knife dropped from her hands. She felt exhausted. Relieved. She had confronted the past. And survived. The room felt empty. But safe. For the first time in years. Emily closed her eyes. Her breath slowed. The whispers were gone. The shadows vanished. And she realized she could finally move forward. She stood slowly. Stepped toward the window. The city lights outside seemed brighter. A new beginning waited. And she was ready. Emily sat on the floor, breathing slowly. The shadows had vanished completely. The room felt lighter than it had in years. Her phone lay silent on the carpet. No messages. No vibrations. She picked it up cautiously. The screen remained blank. A calm settled over her. She realized she had faced her past. And survived. Tears streamed down her face. But they were tears of relief. Not fear. She stood slowly, legs weak but steady. The knife lay abandoned on the floor. No longer needed. She walked to the window. The city stretched endlessly before her. Lights flickered like distant stars. A new beginning waited. She inhaled deeply. The night no longer felt heavy. Her reflection smiled back at her. Stronger. Braver. Whole. Emily knew she could finally move forward. No shadows. No whispers. Only the quiet promise of tomorrow. And for the first time in years, she felt free. She stepped away from the window. The room felt alive with possibilities. The past no longer haunted her. She was ready, and she would not look back. The city outside waited, and so did her life. Emily exhaled one final time. Peace settled over her completely. The night was finally hers.